Great to see you guys. I'm gonna give you some of my best sales tips today, and I want to start by saying I haven't done this for a while. I haven't been posting very much, so I apologize for that. Personally, it's been a pretty hectic 6 months. I've been moving around a lot with my family. We're building a house at the moment. I know if you work with me or if you talk to me often, you know about that, but for those of you who don't, I haven't been posting as much because I've been moving around a lot and just focusing on serving my clients. But I'm excited to get on here and share some of my favorite tips for more sales and for better sales outcomes. My first tip is to create more sales opportunities. If you have opportunities to sell, then you don't have to be so scared and so worried about not getting the sale, right? That's probably my biggest tip for most of you who are just starting out. It's all about creating those opportunities. So how do you create more sales opportunities? Well, firstly, grow your audience, right? If there's more people to sell to, if there's more people seeing your content, if there's more people to talk to and get on sales calls, then you're just creating more opportunities, right? And more opportunities means more favorable outcomes in general. So that's my first tip. Second tip is don't take anything personally. Sales is not about you. In fact, your whole business is not actually about you. The people who post stuff about themselves all the time, and people who are worried about not getting the sale when they get on their sales calls, they're the ones who generally have the hardest time with sales. When you learn to let go of your own fear, if you learn to let go of your own discomfort and make it all about helping the person that you're talking to, that's going to always lead to a better outcome. I want to say hi, Derek. Thanks for jumping in. Great to see you. I think my next tip is going to be to just lead with empathy. Right? So when you're talking to someone, and this kind of ties into the previous tip, when you're talking to someone and looking to sell to them, it's about solving their problem, right? So in order to help them solve their problem, you have to understand their problem, and more importantly, you have to understand how they're feeling, right? How is this problem affecting them? How bad do they want to get rid of this problem? How bad do they want to create a situation where this problem is no longer part of their life, right? If you can show that you understand that, and if you can help them see that you understand that, then they're going to be more likely to trust you as being part of the solution to that problem, right? That's really huge. So asking questions, really listening, right? That brings me to my next tip. Ask a lot of questions, right? Ask, don't tell. If you've worked with me, you've heard that tip before, I'm sure. It's one of my favorite rules of sales. Ask, don't tell. So when you get to the pitch, instead of telling them about all the features of what you offer, oh, you're going to get this, you're going to get that, you're going to get sessions, you're going to get this course, you're going to get these bells and whistles. Don't tell them what they're going to get. Ask them if the features that they stand to get from working with you are going to be valuable for them. Ask them, hey, can you see the value if we were to work together each week? Do you think it would be valuable to have me in your corner to help you take the step on this journey? Take the first step and work through this journey and get to the outcome that you want, right? Can you see how doing this on your own might be difficult? So it might be valuable to have someone in your corner, right? Can you see how it might be valuable to be part of a community of others who are fighting the same battles and encouraging each other and supporting each other through this journey? Most of you are fitness coaches, right? Or some kind of health coach, or just coaches who generally are helping people make changes in their life and navigate the journey to self-improvement. And the journey to self-improvement takes a lot of work. It's uncomfortable for people. People have to change the way they spend their time. They have to change the way they think about their life. They have to reprioritize the things that they're spending their time on each day. And that's hard. It's hard to do on your own. So you represent the guidance and support necessary to help keep them on track and actually realize their goal and get rid of their problem, right? And that brings me to another tip. Remember that if someone says no and someone doesn't sign up with you, they're not rejecting you. It is not personal rejection, right? This ties into my previous tip about not taking things personally. They're not rejecting you as a person. They're simply saying no to being ready to commit to their own journey, right? They're saying no to leaning in to the uncomfortable challenges that lay ahead. It means they're not ready right now. They're not ready for they're not ready to start their own process towards their own outcome. It's not about you. It's not a rejection of you. So you don't have to be all hurt and upset. And my advice is, if you're feeling that way when you get on a sales call, or if you're in a sales consultation and someone says, no, thank you, not right now, or no, I'm not going to do it right now, and they say no. If you're feeling hurt and if you're feeling upset in those situations, then you need to take a look inside at why that might be happening. And I'll give you a hint. It usually comes from childhood trauma. You're still carrying some kind of pain from previously in your life, or at a previous time in your life when someone told you no and your feelings got hurt, right? Comment below if you can relate to that. Comment below if you feel like that might be you, because that takes work to get through as well, right? You gotta do some serious work to get through that and to get over that and to let that go. But when you do, it's very liberating, and you'll be much better at sales. You'll be far more relaxed. Sales won't be this uncomfortable thing that scares you anymore, right? So you have to do the inner work and take a look at your own past in order to be able to detach, in order to be able to put your own feelings and your own insecurities aside and purely focus on showing up from a place of empathy and love and care for the person that you're trying to help, right? That's why this group is called Building Relationships and Solving Problems, because when we're selling, we're proposing the solution to a problem that someone cares about fixing. And that brings me to my next tip. If someone says no to you and doesn't sign up, guess what? They've still got their problem. You're on a sales call to help someone get out of pain. I know a lot of you are functional patterns practitioners. If you're on a call to help someone lose weight, if you're on a call to help someone improve their dating life, if you're on a call to help someone become a better parent, whatever it is, you're talking to that person in the first place because they have a problem they care about solving. And if they choose not to work with you, one of two things are going to happen. They're either going to keep having their problem, and it's probably going to get worse, or they're going to find an alternative solution. The second option is unlikely in most cases. Most people are going to go away, keep having their problem, and then you can check back in on them at a later time, right? Just because someone doesn't sign up now, just because someone isn't ready to commit to changing now, doesn't mean they're never going to be ready to commit to changing. Just because someone can't afford it now doesn't mean they're never going to be able to afford it, right? The fortune is in the follow-up. Keep following up with your old leads. Keep checking in on them from a place of actual care, not just, oh, are you ready to pay me yet? Oh, are you ready to be a client yet? I want to get paid. I want to make the sale. No. It's, are you ready to solve your problem yet? Hey, just checking in. Last time we spoke, you had this problem and it wasn't quite the right time for us to go ahead working together. Just checking in. Do you still have your problem? Is this something that you're still struggling with, or have you since managed to find a solution? Right? Check in with these people. And like I said earlier, if you get all butthurt about people saying no to you and people not signing up, right? If your feelings are hurt when people say no and you take it personally, you're unlikely to follow up with them because you feel awkward about it. You feel you took it personally, and you feel like some kind of resentment to that person. You don't want to reach out to them again in the future. You're like, oh, they won't want to work with me because I'm not good enough, right? So if you're carrying that, I mean, that's the biggest piece of advice I have. If you're carrying that personal pain, that you're attaching to negative sales outcomes, that's the first thing you have to get rid of. That's the first thing you have to address. You have to explore it and you have to heal from it, right? And that can take some help. That can take some help. Having someone to help you examine, okay, why do I feel this way? How do I actually feel? Where is it coming from? And how do I heal from it? Right? It can be hard if you don't know what to do, if you don't know where to look. Most people go through life never actually looking inside and identifying these things and taking steps to solve them. So if what I'm saying today, I've given all kinds of tips here. I've given some practical tips, but I've also given some deep tips, right? Some more esoteric type tips. But if you can relate to anything that I've said here, and if it kind of feels like I'm picking on you, then I'd love to hear about what you've been going through and what your experience in sales has been like in trying to grow your business and get more clients. So I encourage you to reach out to me and tell me a little bit about it. We can see if we can get to the bottom of it. Because at the end of the day, I'm running this group, although it hasn't been super active lately, I apologize, but I am running this group because I've always had a mission of creating a healthier world. When I was 17 years old, I became a personal trainer because I wanted to create a healthier world, right? I see most people, I walk down the street, you see most people, they have no idea how to be healthy. They have no idea how to take care of their body. And the truth is, you only get one body. You don't get another one. So if you don't take care of it, it's going to fail you. And you're not just letting yourself down, but you're letting everyone around you down. And I know as health coaches and as personal trainers and as FP practitioners, you guys understand that better than anyone, right? So I want to let you know I'm on the same mission. So by helping you get more clients and help more people become healthier, I'm actually fulfilling my own mission of creating a healthier world. Instead of me just helping 20 or 30 people get healthier at a time, I could help 20 or 30 of you, each help 20 or 30 people get healthier at a time. So that's my idea of good momentum. And that's my idea of a positive impact. That's what it's all about, right? And if we create a healthier world, that's better for everybody. Each person that you help to improve, each person that you help to solve these problems, that's going to have a ripple effect onto their family, onto their friends, onto their colleagues, right? The people in their life are going to benefit from them being stronger, healthier, and happier. And that makes me excited to think about. So remember, I mean, I'll kind of wrap it up with this thought. If you help someone, if you help someone get healthier, then it's going to have that ripple effect. And to help someone get to the point where they're prepared to say, you know what, I'm ready to do what it takes to solve this problem. I'm ready to take responsibility for where I've ended up and start changing things that are hard to change and start cultivating the discipline, patience, resilience, and organizational skills that it takes to make these changes, right? If you're ready to get someone to commit to making those changes, then that's the hardest thing you're going to do with them. Out of the whole thing, out of working with them, getting them to follow a program, getting them to make changes, getting them to slowly progress and transform and gain confidence. Starting the journey is the hardest part, right? And the sale represents that tipping point. The sales represents that moment when they decide that they're ready to actually give this thing a go and lean in when they feel like leaning out, to commit when they feel like running away. And you have to be fucking skilled to get someone to do that. And that's why I'm here giving you these tips, because it's not easy, right? It's not easy. And if your own shit is getting in the way, it's going to be even harder. So this is a skill set. Sales is a skill set that deserves attention, and it deserves practice, and it deserves refinement, and it deserves respect. right? Because it represents so many things. It represents the client, like I said, leaning in when they feel like leaning out. It represents the client saying yes when they feel like saying no, right? Committing to something uncomfortable when they feel like retreating back to the familiarity of the comfort zone, right? It's an exciting thing, and it represents you getting paid for what you do, you getting paid as a coach, right? Which is important too, right? You're getting paid to compensate you for the time and energy you're putting into literally changing this person's life. That's a big deal, and that matters. But I say all the time, the investment, so getting paid, the client paying you and saying, yes, let's do this, the payment represents the client's commitment to taking the process seriously and saying, I'm ready to change. Right? So hopefully you got something out of this. Please comment below with your biggest takeaways and with any questions you have. If you're someone, and I know there are many of you in this group, I see you. Right? I see many of you. I can tell you don't know how to sell, right? If this is you and you need help developing this skill set, you're the person that I want to work with. You're the person I want to talk to. So reach out to me. Tell me about what's going on, and we can work something out. But for now, just wanted to get on, say hi to you guys. I apologize again. I know it's been a while. I want to start doing this thing more regularly again, and just generally putting more stuff out there. My life has become a bit more stable, so I'm in a position to do that, which I'm excited to say. But I want to say thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye for now.